Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. So, here we are. We have an update on the Epic Store situation. First, let's start with the debacle of the launcher. The launcher getting data from your computer without your permission. From hardware data, from data on your Steam account. Epic says it's just their friend list, but I fucking doubt it. We cannot be 100% sure because, well, it is Epic. Let's remind that they have a larger share on Tencent, and now Epic launched a statement trying to cool the fucking jets off, and I 100% doubt it's true. It is just a PR fluff piece, so I gonna take data. I really gonna just take what is the data. Someone found it, then they were getting data, and someone found they are not asking for it. Remember, some other people too said that this was for anti-cheat, but other people countered that argument. They were scanning your process even if you don't have any games installed on the platform. Then that's garbage. Okay, that's the first fact of this shit show. Epic Store is stealing your data. If you think things will get better, you bet it won't. Shit is only getting worse because, well, before we had the thing we believe that it was the developer, the Epic itself, who was going knocking on developer doors. I even made a joke about I hope then Epic came with enough money to literally encase the studio of Snapshot Games in gold, because that would be the price of like their morality or something like that. But, and that is one of the most important parts of this, we now discover this is not true. Here you're seeing there is a... First there is the comment who kinda make me go on the rabbit hole and search on that, and I discovered the AMA from Snapshot developers. And besides everything, I going to only go for 2 points of this. The questions, there was only 6 questions. To be honest, I'm gonna go on 3, because there's one that really piqued my interest. The first is the second one, because TheQuartering made a video, and I want to clarify this part. On the video he said, and we didn't know what would get on the DLC. It could be just cosmetic and stuff that. We didn't know what would be the DLC because the roadmap from the first year DLC was already paved, so that is it. Although I still believe this is a very bad decision, mostly because people paid more than the base price from the game to get this DLC. So yeah, besides people not getting the game on the platform they want, people are still gonna be getting less stuff they paid for, because everyone... In the end, this is the DLC thing. It's just the base game, and people pay more for it, and they probably not gonna get anything. Probably some cosmetic stuff, some garbage cosmetic. Sad, but reality. I'm gonna do a little bit more opinionate after that. Now, then we have on the point 5. Did you approach Epic or Epic approach you? And the developer itself, Julian, say, no, we approach Epic. That simply means then, yes, it is most likely then the developers are doing that. On the case of Snapshot is worse than it sounds, because they literally made a calculation about the money and how much money did we going to need for, if we refund everyone, if we refund 100% of the money placed on this game, how much we going to need to take from Epic to still on the green. There is a tweet from a developer, there is confirming this, there was something on the Discord. I'm gonna be leaving on the screen right now, so you can see that too. Again, both of those are problematic and very sad. When a developer takes the money and decide to literally shit on the head of the people who paid for the salaries of the people who were developing this game. Remember, you pay the salary of the people who were developing this game for a long period of time. Last but not least, and worst of all, there is one more Epic exclusive, which makes worse because, well, I'm really thinking about deleting the video that I did about the most exciting games because, well, two of those games are not gonna be coming out on 2019. It's far more strange than let they be there, and I don't think I should support that. The Outer Worlds, Obsidian spiritual successor from New Vegas, jump ship from Steam to Epic Store. They will be still selling on Windows Store, but I do believe they will be doing that because A, contractual obligation, and B, some of the games that Steam, the Windows has, they having the Play Anywhere feature. So if you buy the game on the Xbox, you'll be able to play on PC and vice versa. So maybe that is a thing. The other probability is simply exclusive. They had a deal with Microsoft, so the reason is there. Now, this is really, really bad. Another developer who was like a golden boy of developing is jumping ship. Now, I do believe for now that's gonna create a problem. I'm gonna leave that on the, again, on the opinionate part of this video, but facts are, most likely are not Epic who's knocking the doors. It's the developer who is going past asking for money. We know that by sure on Snapshot Games, and we can kind of guess the idea for the other platforms. Second, the Epic launcher generated a lot of controversy because it is stealing data, it is getting data without your consentment, so that's bad. No matter what Epic says, that's not good, and Epic does have a very bad track record on privacy data, data leaks, and stuff like that, so a launcher who are capable of taking data off of your computer and the privacy slash security leaks problems on the past proved to be damaging to you as a consumer. Last but not least, we too have another game who's going to be jumping ship. Now, this was the facts part. I leave the screenshots and tweets here on screen. They will be reappearing in relevant points during the moment where I'm going to be talking on the opinion piece. So if you already watched just for the facts, that was the fact. Launcher polemic, the problem with the launcher. Outer Worlds not coming from Steam into 2020. And the fact that Epic is not the one who is offering the money. People are going to Epic for the money. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is the part where we go from out of the normal side of things to my opinion about this thing. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Holy fucking shit, mate. I'm gonna need to remake my video. I made a video in the beginning of the year about games that I was excited about. 2 of those games are out of the fucking blue already. We can just take those off because it's not gonna work. I'm starting to believe that for now on, it's going to start to have a quality control. Simply because they will probably have to enforce control. And I'm not meaning like enforce the quality control itself, but they will need to probably enforce something like, yo, here is a thing. If you want to place your game on our store, here's a contract. Then you're going to need to sign. Then you're going to need to release this shit. If this thing is on our store, you're going to need to release here. Because this is the second time this happened. Steam, I don't know. someone there on Valve is now spitting fire. Because imagine that they wake up because there was a tweet. That was the thing. And again, the thing was on the beginning spring. That was interesting because I remember clearly when I first put the other words on my wish list. It was a spring of 19. Then it became like just 19. And again, I don't like this because it's getting a pattern. Let's remember that Outer Worlds is not a AAA game, and it is the second game there has a mysterious delay on the release, and then they got this fucking garbage thing of okay, we got 100% with the store, we got with Epic. Believe that my conspiracy theory that I did on the facts version of the video still stand. There is probably a contract obligation for they to be releasing on Windows Store. Because of that, I don't doubt it. Then Windows Store, like Steam, gonna do something like that. Steam probably gonna roll out something like, yeah, you want that? You want the fucking thing? You want to place the fucking thing on our store? Fine, we're fine with it. But you will need to sell it. Because like it or not, this is fucking garbage. And let's remind, now I'm going back to the time, Outer Worlds did got the announcement on Windows on E3 from Microsoft E3, so it makes sense they will be releasing there. So yeah, that's like something I did forgot about it, but here it is. Now, for fuck's sake, I don't know what the hell is happening. I do believe that Valve needs to step up and do that. I'm 100% sure that Valve or GOG. I doubt even GOG would do something like that because GOG is a more freeform platform. But I don't doubt that Valve could do something like that. You set up a store, you want to place your product, you have to ensure that you're gonna sell. If you're not, I don't know, you will incur a fine about it. And that would be a very interesting fact because that would cut some of these games who are in the limbo on Steam, like never to be released. I think that would be an interesting idea. Now, really, I really kinda need to remake the fucking video. 2 of my entries are not gonna be coming out on this year. Like, The Division 2 and Spin Morality did came out, and Yakuza 2. Those 3 games came out and they were great. But for fuck's sake, now, 2 of the games literally jump ship. I'm gonna be redoing, probably. There was another video that I want to do with games who has a more esoteric thing. Now, I'm going to tell one more thing. I don't... Before, let's go for the flashpoint before I go to that, because that is a very negative connotation to it. So, it turned out the developer was even bragging about it on Discord. Telling them even if everyone will literally jump ship, take the money out of the project, they would be still on the green. It's literally the fact that they took and saw the money, put on a paper and calculate the money. How much money do we need to get out from Epic to do that? I just put the first part of the screenshot, but I'm not gonna lie, there is a very good response, a very good reply I'm gonna place right now. It is on screen right now from a guy. Here it is. We approach Epic. This right here. Just ensure that your community will never trust you again. They didn't come to you with a pile of cash, of money, in exchange for the game. You literally decide to went there and sell. Ask how much they would give for Dignity, and then the developer Julian said, no, we just approached they to get the game on their store. And to be honest, they didn't. They just sell the fucking thing, and they asked for exclusivity, and they did. It's fucking ridiculous. It's outstanding how that could be possible. Now, yeah, before anyone starts talking, I will be honest. I understand that there is the fact that the cut from GOG and Steam is 30%, and there is the possibility then I'm not a server manager. I don't know how that side of the things work. I cannot tell you how much it costs for Steam to maintain games, the download speed and everything. But let's remind it Epic is a probably has China-based shit show, so they would be probably getting a lot easier on it. The price would be probably cheap, so that may be why they're getting. Because remember, even CD Projekt Red, who it's kind of the one who owns GOG, quote unquote, still gets the same 30% cut from the game. And to that question, I really want to know because Origin does have games from other developers on it. I really, really wish to know how much this Origin bites out. How much EA bites out. Because if it is the same 30%, maybe it's not Valve greed. And I know, a lot of people can say it's pure Valve greed. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's the cost to maintain servers and the features. Because, well, let's remember, Steam is kind of a feature-heavy system. Having emulation for controls to utilize, a robust server for forums and community, review standards, workshop, the mod workshop for many and many games being set up there. So, yeah, that's. I don't know if that is literally. Because a lot of people were discussing and talking, then it is outrageous how Steam are getting the 30%. But this time I don't know about the costs. So I cannot guarantee it is like Valve is the devil on this one. Because remember, the amount of 2 sets in the developer than Steam does give for the developer is really big. Workshop, full community forum, trading cards, items inside the entire market there is existent, then you can utilize for in-game items, quote unquote. We understood, and Valve does take a little bit of that. I don't know. Does it the extra features that Epic Store does not have is enough to cause the extra percentage? Maybe. So yeah, let's not complain about the devil here. Now, I'm gonna say a thing, and I know this is unpopular, and I'm not condoning anything here, but I'm fucking believing right now then this thing's I really want to know, and that's very hard to determine right now. It's really, really hard to determine how this thing's gonna work, how this thing exists, how they going to how to get the data about this. But I do want to know how much the Metro Exodus got pirated, how much like Pirate Bay, Kick-Ass Sarna, or whatever got downloads on the Metro Exodus. And I want to know how much will be Phoenix Point and Outer Worlds gonna get the same treatment. I don't know about Outer Worlds because, well, we got saved by Microsoft on this one. We probably had a deal with they, and well, I doubted an Epic would want to piss on Microsoft the fucking in Playground, so they didn't do it. So that's a fact. But even so, it's far more interesting to know how much this will affect sales. Because, well, first, let's talk about Phoenix Point in effect. We don't know how much pre-order is gonna get refunded. First, the Reddit, like, people are already complaining on the Reddit there is too much negativity, but I think we all know why there's too much negativity. Since the developer literally invite those negativities simply because there is by their decision. Then people are saying, well, wait until backer bill whatever come out and we're going to get the Reddit on track. We're probably going, because after a lot of people really refund or get their money back, they will not be there. Probably until 28th of April will be the threshold where where that Reddit going to become a lot of people sucking the ball of the developer. Now, besides that, I really wish I could have this data. How much people did refund? How much people who pre-ordered the game on the site got their refund back? How much people on Fig did the same thing? I doubt in Snapshot Games would release that but it would be very fun if we got like a news that like over half of the population already asked for their money back. Would be a very interesting decision. And the other data that I really would want to know is how that would affect piracy. Because some of the people, piracy is a very interesting argument on PC gaming. That's why we kind of have DRMs. But let me explain why I'm talking about in that way. Uh, Normally I do completely agree with the argument, and a pirate game is never a lost sale because a pirate would not buy the game. But there was once, I think it was Gabe itself who said, the best way to combat piracy is to offer a better service. And I think that this data right now will be very interesting to show that. Uh, right now, the developers are not offering a better service to pirates. For example, on Phoenix Point case, people in China will not be able to buy it, to play it, simply because Epic Store is not available there, or there's some restrictions. I don't know much about it. So the only way they get the game is by pirating. There was the case of, I don't know, there was a game, I can't remember what game was banned on a country, and someone asked, tweet to the developer asking for, hey, I cannot buy your game on my country. How could I play? The developer itself say, but pirates. And that's a thing. Right now, the developer are not offering a better service for the consumer. And out of there's going to be a amount of people who probably will just pirate the game. On these three cases, Metro, Outer Worlds, and Phoenix Point, it's even a more difficult thing because they don't have multiplayer aspects. They are full single player experience. To the fact then, once you play the game, there won't be a reason to come back. Maybe the game has replayability and things like that, but you get the idea of after you finish the game, you don't need to finish the. It's not finished like after you, as your a person, finish the game. You not have a way to come back. You probably will years later, but maybe years later. For example, I take long breaks between Let's Plays of XCOM and stuff like that. I didn't even finish second Phantom Doctrine Let's Play of on the extended campaign mode and things like that, simply because I'm mostly okay with the end. I'm just letting go for a while. Now to the aspect, I think the crown wording is what Gabe said. The best way to combat piracy is offering a better service. GOG did in a very great way. Full DRM free stuff, pristine quality control, and everything else. Steam does because it's a homey feeling, quote unquote. It's you already know then your library is there, people that you play constantly is in there. You like the badges. You by heart most of the times already know the sale dates and stuff like that. For people who are in not the best, in not like United States, Canada, and Europe, you have a fair regional pricing than Steam does. In the end, it's a very, very questionable deal here. Because, again, the developer are not offering a better service. Because there's such something. There was the Phoenix Point tweet the day the shitstorm hit. They said, and well, you can just download Phoenix Point from the Epic Store and delete the fucking thing. Delete Epic Store and play Phoenix Point from there. Now, allow me to say something. What would be the difference? So, if there is a game-breaking bug on release date, how they gonna be patched? I'm going to need to looking up and see the thing, re-download the fucking Epic, and download the patch. It ended up being the same as, well, go on the high season, try my luck. Both can come with a malware, a spyware, so juggle your luck there, baby. In the end, that's my point. I'm not condoning anything here. I'm just want to see the data about it. How Epic Store will, how the exclusivity on Epic Store will be incentivized to piracy. Does that mean then they going to be starting on a DRM? Because until now, this point, they are saying it is a DRM free Phoenix Point. We don't know about Outer Worlds, and I don't know how that work on Metro Exodus. So because I didn't play it, I didn't even care to try. For me, it's not a game that I really want to. I was that excited to play on day one, so it was not a problem to wait a year to get to wait 2 years to be honest to get a winter sale on next year. But 2020, like this fiscal year, this moment when we're going to see this game's exclusive on Epic, and I really want to see if anyone can find a way to give me a numbers on pirates of. I don't know if there is a way to get those numbers. Probably if you search on Pirate Bay, you're probably there, but I don't think Pirate Bay is the only place that people are downloading now, so it's kind of interesting. But ladies and gentlemen, that's it. Obsidian joined the group on the Epic Store and fuck everything up. I'm gonna need to make a new video because I don't believe it's fair to let that video stay since I lost already. I wholeheartedly lost my interest by 3 of the games, by 2 of the games, and because of that, I fully believe then that it is not fair to fucking allow that to keep. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. I see you next time, and holy fucking shit. Can we have one day without a train wreck of a... Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. This was the video. If you enjoyed, leave it a like. If you didn't, leave it a dislike. If you have anything to say, please leave a comment. And if you want to see what the hell is gonna be coming next on this mess, subscribe. And see you guys on the next episode.